Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you like this episode, please remember to hit the like button and leave a comment or two, then subscribe and click on the bell to receive notifications of whenever we release new videos. Also, please remember to share them to your social media. The forest's edge lay quiet in the early afternoon shade as birch and trembling aspen leaves whispered in a gentle breeze. The elderly man walked with a steady pace along a faint trail through the boreal fringe outside of town. The occasional clear water pool glinted between spruce trunks, and the scent of late-season blueberries still hung in the air. He paused, scanning the underbrush, expecting perhaps a deer fleeing at his approach, or the flicker of a pine marten escaping. As he watched, there was a sudden crack from the brush, and a massive dark shape emerged. The old man staggered, trying to react, but age had stolen his agility and speed. Nothing hampered the bear's speed, unfortunately. Welcome back to Scary Bear Attacks. The wilderness around Atikokan, Ontario, Canada, sits in the transition zone between the boreal forest and the lake-dotted Canadian Shield. Towering black spruce, white spruce, and trembling aspen dominate the canopy, while below their branches grow shrubs such as bunchberry, huckleberry, and serviceberry. Plant-eating animals ranging from moose and woodland caribou to white-tailed deer and snowshoe hare roam these woods. Among the trees stalk predators such as lynx, wolves, and black bears. The forest is deep, the understory dense, the game trails many, and the line between the human world and the world of animals often disappears under a canopy of moss and mist. On October 1st, 1968, 53-year-old Jack Ottertail had set out for one of his daily walks in the woods near town. He was a regular outdoorsman, known locally for his quiet connection to the woods north of Atikokan, and he'd grown up in the area and never left. On his hike this day, he was walking alone. He wasn't carrying a firearm with him and didn't have the companionship of a dog on his walk. There was no way Jack could have known, but his path put him on a collision course with a bear that would change his life in the worst way. The bear had likely been searching for berries or other food sources on the outskirts of town. This late in the fall, it may have been desperate for extra calories, forcing it to wander closer to town than normal, and now its desperation was leading it nearer to Jack's route. As Jack hiked, he inhaled the clean air, and the silence of the forest brought him peace and a feeling of calm. He'd walked for a short while through the familiar trail when he approached a bend where the brush pushed in closely to the trail. At that point, Jack suddenly heard something moving just off the trail. He slowly stared cautiously into the brush, hoping the noise was only a deer, but what emerged was much more terrifying. As soon as the bear locked eyes with Jack, it immediately began dashing toward him. Knowing there was no way he could outrun the bear, Jack braced himself for impact and hoped the bear was only bluffing. After several hours, Jack's absence had drawn the concern of his friends and family. Last they knew, he had headed out for a walk in the woods, but he hadn't returned as usual. A search party was quickly organized, and the searchers began canvassing the trails around town in search of the man. As the forest was canvassed, one of the searchers noticed a strange-looking mound of recently torn-up grass and leaves. Investigating closer, he noticed Jack's body concealed beneath the duff and sticks. Searchers converging on the scene noticed a black bear nearby. It seemed strangely reluctant to leave the location of Jack's body and even acted aggressively toward the recovery team. An armed member of the search party used a high-powered hunting rifle to quickly dispatch the bear. Jack Ottertail lost his life that day, killed by a black bear on a walk near his hometown. Authorities deemed the black bear shot nearby as the likely attacker. The bear's age and sex were not publicly recorded. As for the bear's motives in the attack, the fact that it cached Jack's body after killing him offers at least an element of a predatory motive, but that may not be the only contributing factor. Based on tracks and footprints at the scene, Jack may have surprised the bear as it browsed for food. It is possible the bear acted defensively after being surprised by the man, then decided to consume him after killing him. There was no other cached carcass found nearby, and no cubs or sign of them was observed. Speaking of cubs, our Cub Tier membership on Patreon, linked below, will give you ad-free early access to episodes, photos, and notes. And the $3 per month goes a long way in helping me continue to produce educational and entertaining content like this. In northwestern Ontario, the black bear is the sole bear species present. Unlike the large grizzly bear ranges further west, black bears in this region are moderately distributed. Precise densities vary by habitat, but typical estimates suggest less than 1 bear per square mile in many boreal forest zones of Ontario. Fatal attacks are an extremely rare fraction of encounters. For example, Ontario's official records list only about 1 or 2 fatal black bear attacks per half-century in the region. This makes Jack Ottertail's death stand out as a tragic anomaly in a landscape where hikers and forest users normally emerge unharmed. After reviewing the facts surrounding this episode, I'm left with a few questions for you. What might have changed that autumn day to turn a routine walk into a fatal encounter? Do you think there was a recent mast crop failure that pushed bears into the edges of town? If Jack had carried a firearm or was walking with a dog, would this attack have ended differently? I will gladly read and reply to your thoughts, so post them in the comments section below, and let's talk about it. Thank you for watching Scary Bear Attacks. If you've enjoyed this episode, please consider clicking on the like button and clicking on the bell icon. We'll help you know when we post our new episodes. Posting our video links to your social media profiles furthers awareness, and it's fun. We slashed our prices in our merch store, linked below, so check out the bargains there while you shop. As a member of our human community, remember to adventure bravely and be careful out there, especially in bear country.